So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. CrazyCatLady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair educational for and entertainment purpose. Blade, it's like it's all they did. Well, those years ago. See? No, I don't want to do any more of it.
Hi everyone, so Martha here. I'm just watching episode 5 of season 2, My Adventures as Superman, just now, and man, what an episode we have here. Finally, the 2 secrets that we have in this episode that we've been wanting to come clear as. And they wait until like the halfway point, I guess. Because we only got 10 episodes left. 5 episodes left of this season, so that's probably why. So, we're doing a Ezra Bachelor episode of Superman going Eljo Bachelor, where he has, and we have one of Batman's girlfriends come over here. Not just Vicky Vale, we have Silver St. Cloud. If you watch Gotham, you see her as a little kid, as a teenager there, so that's how I knew her. The other 2 are not that big. The other 3 I don't really know. I think we have Kat and Lois have to team up to report on the Ezra Bachelor thing. Perry wanted Clark and Lois to do, but Clark can't be Superman and do Clark, so Lois acts like it, and Kat acts like she knows Superman's secret when she thinks that he's single. That's the secret that she knows. Okay, whatever. So they have to make they don't want Kat to find out about Superman's secret identity, so he pretends that he is not interested in Lois, but only makes when Silver just starts flirting with Clark, it makes Lois jealous, which I did see come like from a mile away. Like usually what happens when they tell somebody not to act like their girlfriend or boyfriend, and it usually makes the other person that they're telling them to do this jealous. So I mean, it works. Kat does think that Superman's dating Silver, but she's getting mad that nobody thinks that she can be with her. And Jimmy ends up meeting Kara, who he takes around town, showing her a bunch of stuff she's never been to since she's her first time on Earth. And she eats ice cream and hot dog, and takes her to the top of Daly's planet's build, and then realize that he needs to go and talk to Clark and apologize because he's using Kara to distract the fact that he doesn't know how to deal with what Lex put him through last episode. They go there. He sees Superman, and then she attacks him. Says, "This has made you weak," and she says, "I agree. There's some temptations here." We find out that she is the thing that was watching the Earth from the end of last episode, because she turns into, she has a bracelet on her that brings up the armor on there, and we find out her dad's still alive. So we have 3 Kryptonians that are at least still alive so far, and they fight almost had Lois and Clark finally tell each other what's going on. She might get a new job at Gotham, and the fact that he was looking for his cousin. They end up fighting. Both Clark and Kara both fight, and eventually the dad sees that one of Clark's powers, I think, freeze breath, goes off when she tries to have heat vision going on at him. And so he tells her to capture him, and she does by using like some Krypton technology to capture him after she knocks him out. And the episode ends with Jimmy and Jimmy and Lois trying to figure out how we are gonna save and we're gonna save Clark from his cousin. And earlier they did hinted at what Lex said by having one of the bachelors get mad at Superman for what he did at Star Labs, and Silver defends this one. I'm probably gonna give. I did like the fight scenes. I don't really care for stupid Elzler Blatchler stuff. I don't even watch that regulars. I don't even watch that type of shows in real life. As you can see, I never reviewed any of that stuff. So when they kind of bring this to to my shows, I hate it. So that's gonna get knocked down. And this is not like the first time I've seen them do this to a Superman show, superhero show, and Batman Beyond, they did that in that movie, and I didn't like it there either. That one's gonna count it off, and that's half of the episode. I did like the fight, the fighting between Kara and Superman in here though, so I'm probably gonna give that part. At least that fighting was pretty good that we got to see, and I did like the fact that they're putting both Kara and Jimmy together, and I'm guessing Jimmy in the next episode's gonna try to use the advantage that these two spent one day together to make her sympathize that she would not hurt him. Because they have those two blusses like twice in this episode. So we'll see what happens next episode. I'm gonna give this one like probably a 6 out of 10. And remember, I took down the point from that Star Wars episode 3 of I made it down to like a 4 out of 5. So yeah, it's not the same score as that one, because you're allowed to change your mind a couple days later once you put your mind to it. Think about it. So I'm gonna review with this House of Dragon up, because that happens later on today, but I probably won't have this one up till tomorrow. Back in a bit once I watch that. So I'm back from watching House of Dragon. It's been a while since I watched the first season of House Dragon. I could think a whole year, because I watched it after I got done watching Game of Thrones. So I don't remember any of the names. I try to find a list of everybody. I couldn't find one of Astract, the queen, the one who used to be queen, the one who was married to Vagar. So there's just her picture alone. They don't have pictures of all of them together with their names on it, which is weird. So we start the episode with Joffrey, one of Rhaegar's sons, trying to recruit one of the Starks at the wall. And if you remember from Game of Thrones, the wall is what keeping the dead out of the lands. So they have a duty to keep them out. And technically they won't show up for like hundreds of years. So they're not really, unless some show up early, they don't have to worry about it. All he sends to him is like a bunch of old people instead. But here in the north, they don't yet know that Luke, Joffrey's brother, died yet, because the ravens haven't reached their them. So until he gets okay, you can take some of the old with you. Once it's seen too many winters, the raven shows up, and I think that's when he gets the news that his brother has passed. So Rayson, I think her name is, the one who's queen of the black side, is out there looking for Luke's body because she wants proof that her son's dead. And Damon and his aunt, Ray, their name sounds way too similar. I'm guessing his aunt, had a fight where he tells her to go to the King's Landing so they can go and kill Eamon, the one who accidentally killed Luke, because all he wanted was Luke's eye. He didn't want to kill him. So Rhaenyra is the queen of the Blacks. So she's the one that's looking for her son, Luke, and Rhaenyra is the one that basically told Daemon, I don't want to look right now because my dragon's tired, and so am I from patrolling. So yeah, so they wait until, and she tries to explain to him that when she thought her daughter was killed, who Daemon married, she did not believe it until she had proof. And that is what Rhaenyra is looking for. Proof that Luke is dead. And so she looks, she has to keep on looking until she finds a dragon's wing and a bunch of cloaks. And she's bringing that back. And they end up burning it, and she says she wants Raymond. So, earlier in the episode, Aegon wants to go to the sea and fly there with Aemon. Otto doesn't want his grandson to be out in the open because if he is at risk of being killed since he is the king. He wants him to stay put. So, and he doesn't even let him pick what happens to in the kingdom. He wants to run it. He wants to use his grandson as a tool and only tell him what to actually do. Because when he was talking to his subjects about stuff, you kept on going up to him, no, this is how it's supposed to be, because one of the farmers wants his goats back. The sheep's, but it ends because the sheep are gonna feed the dragons apparently, so he needs his sheep back. But so Rhaegar says you can have them, but Otto says we need those dragons for the war. So he tries to tell him no, and later on he said yes to something about like the armor asking for money. The blacksmith asking for money for the swords, and he said he wants coin, and he said yes, you be paid. And Otto was going to say no, they don't need to be paid. Well, they kind of do, because if you don't pay them, they might quit. Stop making swords for you. That's the way I see it. So Aegon better pay them. Only thing that Achen is doing during this episode, trying to keep herself in charge of her sons, because she doesn't want nothing else to happen. She doesn't really want to fight with Rhaenyra, because since they were friends when they were kids, before all this happened, and she still holds their friendship very near to her. And Aemon thinks that his mother is a fool, and so is Aegon. Now, one part during this episode, Lena says that when Agar wants to take their son to the meeting so he can learn how to be king, because apparently since when he was born, his dad was already old, so he didn't really think of training his son to be king because he was old. So he never went to any of the meetings, and he wants his son to go to one of the meetings. And she says, what if he doesn't want to be king? But she also says, I am afraid. And don't worry, the dragons will protect us. She says, don't be afraid of the dragons. She says, I'm not afraid of the dragons, I'm afraid of rats. And that is very foreshadowing what happens later on to her very son. So Agar takes his son to the meeting. He's being a very bad boy. He's playing with the balls and the king of coins. Thing that keeps him this is their order, and the prince keeps on grabbing it. And Agar, instead of disciplining his son and telling him to stop misbehaving, and have him leave, he was telling him, you want to ride the king of coin like he's a horse. But Otto and Achen really wants the boy to leave because he's being distracting Agar for what's going on. So they make him leave. So here we get we find out that the one who helped deliver Agar she's still alive, and Damon has her in a cell. So he wants to find a way to kill Aemon the best way possible. And because what he did to Luke. And I did like the part where I did like the funeral, and the fact that Rhaenyra got to hug her son that she sent out earlier, because it could have very well been him and not been Luke. Well, they even had to do his stop there, and he could have been killed. So I did like their little moment where they hugged and stuff like that. That was a really good moment, because he's trying his best to tell him that I got these people on our side, but he is struggling with it, and she goes up to him and hug him. So I think that was the part that I like the most, because I think it's the most saddest part of the episode, and I think it's the one that should be most saddest. So yeah. And also when she found her son's cloak, that part was sad too. Now this part's really sad because Damon talks to the rat catchers, the one who keeps the rats out of the castle, and they're called Cheese and Bone, and they both know a way around. One knows a way around the house, around the castle, and they're supposed to kill Aemon here, but they don't. They go after the king. They go after Agar's son instead, because they find the queen and her 2 babies sleeping in. She asks them, when he gets in there, he puts a knife to their throat and asks which one is your son, because both of them have long hair and could be mistaken as a girl. She does tell them which one, and sadly the prince dies. She grabs her daughter and runs over to Ancient and tells her that they got my son. And that's how the episode ends, with them finding out that a son for a son. And that's why this episode is called that, because one killed the son for another, but it was not the right guy. So I did like this episode. It was pretty good. I'm probably gonna give it an 8. So see you guys later. Like, favorite, and subscribe, and bye bye.